Hey Void, how are you doing? Yeah, I know the lighting's terrible right now, but I'm still getting settled in the new place and still finding the best spots to record. So right now, this is the best I got to work with at the moment, since decent sized lamp is still coming in the mail. And I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've said anything, and I mentioned before I was behind. Now I'm even more behind. But here we go. Trying to get back into a rhythm of doing these more regularly now that the work pressures have eased up, as well as the pressures of getting settled in a new place. So we'll see about getting a few of these done. And first off, while I was doing that, I worked my way through quite a few Shutter movies, so a lot of these upcoming ones are going to be Shutter based, but there's a few from my own collection sprinkled in there. Okay, introductions aside, move right along. Uh, so, the next little wave on Shutter featured the Female Prisoner Number 701 series, Scorpion, which is a series of. They had the first four of the series. There was a few others later on, but it was primarily a trilogy, and then they did one more follow up in the 70s. So that's the ones I'm focusing on right now. But we'll start with just the first one, Female Prisoner Number 701, Scorpion. Okay, I can see how this has a bit of a following, but I really wasn't jiving with it too much. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy a good exploitation prison movie every so often. I'll fully admit that. This one, there's just too many head scratching moments that had me questioning things, and the movie itself wasn't providing enough answers. So, this one follows the main character in all of these is always played by Meiko Kaji as Nami Matsushima, just Matsu occasionally, or by her code name Sasori or Scorpion. Now, she was involved with I think it was a shady businessman or shady politician who he essentially duped her into helping him set up some rivals, and essentially involving her getting sexually assaulted. And when she was obviously angry about this and attacked him, she was then imprisoned. And it's this women's prison from hell, pretty standard at that point. And it focuses on her trying to survive this as well as escape and then get revenge. Okay, all that I'm on board with. The parts that I don't get is so for Sasori herself, they make it seem like she was just your average person before all this happened. So why is everyone so afraid of having her in the prison that she's kept in these solitary confinements as if she is incredibly dangerous? There was no indication that she really was. They make it seem like she's some Lady Terminator. Which, yes, she sort of is later, but why is she? They never really address that. She just is. So, it's her slowly getting revenge on the Wardens before breaking out and then hunting down anyone who was involved in the incident that got her thrown in there and murdering them. That's really all there is to this one. This one is gotta be the most exploitive of the four that I watched, and it's okay in that regard. And there's some interesting imagery when this movie decides to go artsy. That works. Like when this woman was trying to frame someone and gets framed, and then seems to go killer kabuki with a knife. Okay, that part was cool, but those parts are few and far between. Also, this movie has a theme song that they play in every movie, and it was okay, but I could not get in my head, and I really wasn't as to me it wasn't that great of a song. So the best I could give for Female Prisoner Number 701 Scorpion is going to be three MacGuffins. I really wasn't digging it. I was hoping for more. If they had just filled in some backstory elements for why Sasori is as revered and good as she is, I maybe could have gotten more out of this. But I was just trying to figure out too many what wise, and that it wasn't enough to distract me from them. Okay, the gore effects in this, there's a few of them, and they're okay. And some of the situations they put her in are interesting, but they never do enough or go far enough for it to really be over the top enough for me to really get into at least the first one. So that's what we got. Female prisoner number 701, Scorpion, 3 MacGuffins. I don't know if I went into a couple of technicalities at the front. This one was 1972 from Japan. And if you like Japanese exploitation movies, it's average in that regard. I will say it does really pick up at the end when she is out of prison going on her murder spree. That part was fine. But I needed more of that and more of how she's like that rather than just girl mad. Which I can respect, but that doesn't give you great assassination techniques. Alright. All I got on this one. See you soon, Void.